What a question.
Yeah?
Josh, I like how you have an entire setup.
Yeah.
Like with your microphone and
This is
doing
my
a
first time
podcast.
here, so and I just recently got this, so thank you.
Guys, I need your camera on, all of you, and with the background. Thank you, Adam, for the background. Wait, also. Carrie, you want to add your background, please? That could be good.
I don't know how, but I will try.
Let me put it here the image. I'm going to upload here in the chat the background. Let me find it. Here it is. It's uploading. Files on background. Okay, we are waiting for more people. Josh. Eso, yeah. Thank you, Victoria.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you.
oh yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
What are you drinking, Jose? Looks like a beer.
Did you bring
Yeah, it is.
your drink, your wine, your water?
It's a birthday. It's a celebration.
Kari,
Cheers.
can you download the Zoom background?
I downloaded it. I don't know how to change it.
Okay, so you can go for stop video. That is a little arrow. You can find that, and you can choose virtual background.
Okay. I found.
For
then
tonight,
once you're there, there's like a little plus
Hey, Kevin.
button in the upper right corner where you add. Yeah.
So, Kevin, we've been requested to upload a special backgrounds in the chat. You can download the image.
Do I need a green screen? Because it says my computer doesn't meet the minimum requirement.
No, it looks terrible if you do that. I did that. My face was just, it turned like an alien.
no worries. Jonathan, nice to see you here.
Hi, how's it going? Hi, could you send the background again? I don't have one either. So.
Here in the chat, can you see that?
Maybe I joined too late because.
Let me charge again. Here it is going again.
Okay.
We're going to wait a little bit more for more people to come in, and everybody has the right background and cover here. Hi, Liz.
Oh my God, Liz.
Yeah, you like my custom.
Don't turn on the green screen feature. Turn it off.
You have the green screen feature on, which doesn't work unless you have a green screen.
Fabian, why your camera is like a square?
Is it?
Is it?
Oh yeah. How did that happen?
How? How did you do that?
I don't know.
Looks cool, doesn't it?
It is.
Completely accidental.
So, I will hear the background to everybody can.
Jonathan is testing the green screen feature.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Looks like Jonathan bleeds IterateUX.
Yeah.
He's
She's
really
blood.
into it.
Seems really good to all of you. Yeah.
I can't do it.
I know, Carrie.
This is what
Almost
you get.
there.
Did you check the
Almost
green
there.
screen?
If I uncheck it, it says that my computer doesn't meet the requirements to
Oh my
not
God, that is scary.
Okay, that sounds great.
I'll
look
just
like-
stop my video.
My God, you look like the Invisible Man from that movie.
This is weird. Thank
David
you.
Bacon.
No, just a joke.
Airplane background.
It's an airport.
Jose looks
airport
like
app.
he's ready to go.
Yeah,
So,
always.
man, all you guys, we are here for the second group for design challenge that they must to beat in for the group 8. Dun, 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 dun. No, just a joke. But it's getting great. This is going to be the second one, and we are having 2 more design challenge group to present in this month, sorry. And then after that, we are going to open a new design challenge session for September, the entire September. So we are organizing how it's going to be for next month. And yeah, join if you like, if you have experience that you want to share with us, like it's going to be really useful for us to improve that. Yeah, what you like to do in the design challenge, what did you like the most, what you don't like, what you what you expect in the design challenge as well. So I'm not sure if all of you have the Discord channel already. I'm going to add here the link for the design challenge, just in case we have new hearers that are not involved. There in Discord channel, we share really good exercises, portfolio reviews, job postings. We have like a Hangout challenge, like Hangout channel, and this design challenge private group as well. So for tonight, I am going to give you Jose and group, the group 6, the share screen for them to start presenting if you want. Let me know.
Yeah, we're still waiting for, we're trying to find our missing member.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know that we need to speak, like wait a minute more for Andrew.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Andrew.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, so we can start.
He's in the bathroom.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Josh, we can spend a little bit more in introducing ourselves. Happy birthday, Leticia. Thank you. Oh, you're so good.
Let's sing happy birthday.
Yeah, it's my happy birthday. We can.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Cecilia.
Cheers.
Cheers for this group.
Cheers. Prost. Prost.
Prost.
Wunderbar.
Prost.
Josh, can you introduce yourself, please? I know you have tons of good material to share with us. Thank you to be here.
Yeah, I am so glad to be here. This is my first time here, along with my good friend Kevin, and I'm sure he'll introduce himself after. And so I'm from Vancouver, BC, and how I found out about this group is really Leticia just added me on LinkedIn out of the blue. So I'm curious how you found me or how that happened, but I just kind of clicked connect, and then I kind of just explored what she was doing, and it's really great, actually. So Kevin and I, we actually are doing something similar, building a community for the local tech industry in Vancouver. And what you guys are doing right now is just amazing, and that's something we've been kind of thinking of doing. So we're just so glad that you guys are having us, and we're excited just to be a part of the whole thing. So so, and my background is I'm a UX designer. I've been freelancing for a while, and have my own own design group, Core Creative, and that's a little bit about myself.
Okay, thank you, Josh. Can you please give me here your website for your community?
Yeah, sure. In the chat.
And as well, your LinkedIn account, if the people want to join to you. I need JSON, how to change background to white. like you can download here the background in the can you see that the document? You're in mute? Yeah. No, I cannot hear you.
For the people who join later, they can't see the previous chat history.
Okay, so sorry about that. I'm going to upload again. Thank you, Liz. If you can see there, I sent you privately. Oh my gosh. Go to, okay. Can you see that? No, I cannot hear you.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh.
Okay, collab collective say it.
Collab collective.
Collab.
Now I do.
Awesome.
Nice.
Collab collective, this is a link. So
yes.
Yeah. For my LinkedIn, for anyone who wants to join, yeah, just click there and we can connect if we don't know each other. And also, Kevin, what's your friend's name, really? Because you don't have, Kevin, you don't have any name. Why? Ah, there you go. I couldn't see your name.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm here. Do I need to make an intro too?
Yeah, can you?
Yeah, so hi everyone. So as you know, we've been hiding it as well, but this collab collective, but now everyone know. That's good. So yeah, we are also in the same mission. I was a previous community manager before at Red Academy, and recently I've been helping build a network within a kids coding school called UTG Academy. So I have a lot of experience in the tech education space. So I wanted to use my passion in just like connecting and helping people throughout this pandemic time with Josh. I also did a bit of UX before, where I did a very I designed an app, but it's very shitty compared to a proper UX person's project. But yeah, I'm excited to be here and see everyone's project and see how this community, trying to help one another throughout this uncertain times, right? So yeah, happy to be here. I'm Kevin.
Awesome, thank you and welcome. Grego, do you want to introduce yourself? It is your first time here. You are from Argentina too. Welcome, nice to see you.
Okay.
Long time without seeing you.
Yeah, long time no see. I'm Greg. I'm a software developer from Corrientes, Argentina. I'm mostly a backend developer, but recently I've been doing some React also. So I've been interested in this whole UX thing. So here I am.
Hello, Grego. Corrientes.
Corrientes.
Corrientes to the world, guys. Finally.
Okay. I think the clicker isn't going to show up. So if anyone wants to start.
Let me know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you are.
We have technical issues, but
it's your time.
All right, Jose.
I'll do the presentation in full screen, and Whitmire will talk. Okay.
Let me see. Let me know if you can share your screen. Okay. Awesome.
Everyone is watching this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Okie dokie. It's all right. Everyone can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll mute myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Whitmire. Tonight, I'll be your pilot.
Oh my God.
On behalf of Andrew, Jose, and Sarthak, welcome aboard to Group 6 Airlines. Flight UX 0812, non-stop service from ideation to creation. Our flight presentation time will be approximately 20 to 30 minutes. We'll be flying at whatever your internet speed you decided to pay for. time, make sure your seat backs are fully upright position and that your seatbelt is correctly fastened. Also, your portable electronic devices must be set at airplane mode until the announcement is made upon arrival. Thank you. Cabin crew 6, please prepare for gate departure. Next slide, please. Okay, so as you know, we are group 6, and we were given the assignment to either design or redesign an app for the Tegel airport in Berlin. Next slide. So here are a couple of snapshots of the existing app, and from our observations, it was pretty straightforward in terms of what's expected out of an airport app: departures, arrivals, transit, airport information, and your info. We all took the time to interact with the app on our own, and one thing we all agreed on was that the map function didn't work very well. Next slide. So we concluded that the map function was not very robust or really even usable. So this actually isn't very exclusive to the Tegel airport app. For someone who travels a lot, most airport apps that have maps, they're pretty ornamental, just because they're expected to have it, but everyone ignores it and kind of wanders the airport looking for a directory or following the airport signs. Next slide. So instead of designing or redesigning the entire app, we decided to just focus on the map function to improve the experience of navigating around the Tegel airport within a month's time. Next slide. On this journey, we had Andrew, Jose, Sarthak, and myself, and we all contributed to the design as the responsibilities are listed on the slides, or on the slide. And now I'm going to hand it off to Jose, who's going to kick off the process.
Sorry.
Hello, everyone.
Andres here.
Okay. I'm going to tell you what we thought our process should look like and how we face this project. First, we did some research and build our persona, and we make sketch the AR prototype and made the user flow, and then we grab some footage and put it in a software that track it, and at the same time we made a design in Figma, and then we made sense of all these separate parts and in Protopy and animate it and give it logic, right? And also we tested. So how we do it is we came from different backgrounds, so we do a lot of tools and we use it, right? So we use Figma for the collaborative design. We use After Effects for the motion tracking and the editing of the footage, and also the UI. And at the end, we use Protopy to make all this come like a real thing. So then we build a persona, and we thought of Jonas, and he was like a bold adventurer marketer that loved to go on nature hunt, and he traveled a lot. So we think of him like the user that we want to build the scope, right? So it's not this Jona. And this is the story of Jona. He woke up late and arrived to the airport, and he has only 20 minutes to get on the plane. So he used the app of the airport, and then he noticed that it's really weird to use the app and the 2D map. So he switched to this new feature that he found on the app, the augmented reality app feature. And with this feature, he can navigate and see the ratings of the stores or the businesses around him, and also can make to the gate in time, right? This is the story that we built to make the prototype. Then we made like the user flow and the wireframe of it, and tried to make sense of the idea that we have. It was really easy because Whitmire did it also. So before that, this is the Sarthak part. So I'm gonna leave you all with Sarthak.
All right. Hi guys. Now coming to the visual stuff, we went ahead and worked on the components for the AR map. So like the paths and how the states would be far left or like close right and different cases. Then we built like the markers for the both the 2D app as well as the 2D map and the AR part of it. Then we noticed there were some issues with like the icons, like there was some ambiguity, like repetitive icons, or like two icons had similar style, like they would maybe. So we went and redid that part. Next slide, please. Yeah. Then we got to the high fidelity prototyping. We had a focus on interactivity. So what we were doing is we were making the states and going back and forth between Figma and After Effects, conveying the interactions to Joe, and how he would like get the animations right. Next slide, please. Then we added options to do the journey either as a classic map or like the AR part, and you could also switch between them whenever the user needs to. And then finally we brought it all together and like compiled it into one thing using ProtoPy. So that's the end of my part. Over to Andrew.
How's it going, guys? So yeah, basically for this application, I use a different tool called ProtoPy, which I'm not sure how many people are familiar with it, but it's a great tool for just prototyping in general, doing like microtransactions and stuff like that. So I have a little demonstration here. I can also put the link in Discord later if anyone wants to play around with it. And I also have like a QR code that you guys can actually test it on your an iPhone 11 device if anyone's curious to try it like on an actual device. But yeah, let me get started. I'll share my screen here in a second. Can everyone see the screen? All right, cool. So yeah, so let's just go through it. So basically, this is the kind of like the start here. You're seeing this. Kind of interact with it just based on clicking. So then you can choose like your location. Let's say I want to go to like a restaurant. It'll bring me to here. So okay, here's Starbucks. Cool. Yeah, I want to start the location. It's 5 minutes away for a walk. You kind of get like just like any other GPS that you normally would. It kind of tell you how to go there and what direction to go. You can start, or you can go back. You start, and if you want to see AR, you can switch over to AR. You can actually walk over there and kind of say, oh, there's Starbucks. Awesome. And then you'd also do things for like other places as well. So let's just say you want to do, you want to go shopping somewhere. And like, oh, cool, I want to try maybe a Hugo Boss. Use the location. Same thing, you can choose direction. And you can start the navigation. And then same thing, you can switch over to AR, kind of see what it would be like when you're looking for the location. And I'll give one more example. Let's just say you want to go to your gate. And so you're just kind of like, want to go to gate 1. You can actually search for it, bring up gate 1, choose location, and then start the application, and then you can walk over to your gate 1, kind of give you a good way to go, seeing things on the way. So that's just kind of the cool little way that we did some prototyping using ProtoPie, which is a really great tool. You can actually do a lot of really crazy micro transitions and stuff like that using this application. But yeah, so that's kind of what I did with ProtoPie, and for kind of towards the end of the high prototyping. And I guess I'll just you guys, I'll post a link on this later for everyone to check out, and I guess I'll switch back over.
Whitmire.
Okay, so I'm going to cover our lessons learned. First lesson, and probably the most important one, was we completely neglected the user research. So in terms of the double diamond process, the first diamond didn't happen in this project at all whatsoever. Even though we all came to the consensus that the map function wasn't usable, we didn't explore if this function was something people even cared to interact with, or if it was something that was needed. So in other words, we built this for ourselves. And after building the prototype, we didn't take the time to even test it with users to even see if it made sense. So the purpose of a UX designer, we kind of neglected those main things. So that was a major lesson learned for us. Secondly, we had to learn how to work asynchronously. So in this group in particular, this group covers 4 different time zones, 3 different countries, which probably had contributed to our slow progression in terms of the project. But I think overall we made very serious efforts to work it out, but scheduling was an issue. Third thing was that we had a lack of structure process. So as I had mentioned before, the double diamond, first diamond, was completely ignored. And then on top of that, we did a lot of the small parts of the project, but we all did it simultaneously on top of each other. So rather than focus on one thing, kind of get a general consensus that everyone was in agreement to move on to the next, it didn't really work out that way. And then the last thing was that we had varying levels of experience on this team, and it took us some time to understand who had what strengths and what was a plausible deliverable for us in the end. So despite the challenges, I will say, and we'll speak for the team, that we really did enjoy working together, and we learned a lot from each other during this design challenge. Next slide. So, oh no. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tegel Airport. Local time is 3 a.m. UTC. On the behalf of Group 6 Airlines and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we look forward to designing again in the near future. The floor is now open to questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
I have a question. I don't know if it was already mentioned, but what was the thing that you used for the AR?
Which part?
Just like the animation part of the AR. Was that just like a video that you put in, or like how did you do that?
Whitmire found footage of the Tegel airport, and
okay,
we got some motion tracking there, and we put the Sarthak UI and also Andrew, and we make it work.
Awesome.
We made it work. Thanks.
Can I stop the sharing?
And that was it.
Can I add on to that question?
See your face, guys, in the recording. Stop participating, sharing. Awesome. Here we are. Thank you, guys, for your presentation. It was awesome. Whitmire, was great. You was the chief. Yeah.
She rocked, for sure.
Okay. Anyone has a question? Like I have a question for why prototype? Why prototype?
Yeah, sure. I've used a lot of different prototyping tools. I would say for like the last year, I've been like dabbling with like every tool I could find, and I feel like Prototype really, I mean, has so many awesome features for like giving different types of logic. There's a lot of logic-based stuff you can add in there. You know, videos, sound. You can actually, you know, access the camera. You can use video layers. So just a lot of really great features. So Prototype, and it's really intuitive too. Like I feel like after just a little bit of a while, like working on it, you can really understand it pretty well. That's one of the best ones I've seen. The other prototyping tools that I think are really good are also like Framer Web, and then the new origami coming out. But yeah, Prototype is really awesome. So it does a lot more than just using like Figma or XD. Because I feel like Figma and XD, like those are really good for doing designs, but their specialty really isn't animations and stuff like that. So you have a lot of limitations. So Prototype just really opens the door to make like a really realistic functioning app that, you know, to get it to closest to the real thing as you can. So.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And I want to ask you one by one.
After Effects, yes. Jason?
Yeah. Why
I think he's
After Effects, no, Flinto?
I don't know Flinto. I'm come from a motion design background, so I don't know what Flinto is, but I will check on it. Thanks.
There was another feature of the app you guys would tackle next after the map feature, what would it be?
I think honestly, we would redesign the entire app. And because the information flow on the app itself was pretty redundant, but redundant not in the best way. Like when it's redundant, you would make assumptions that something that you're looking for is in another place as well, and that wasn't the case. So I think we would actually go back and restructure the informational architecture of that app altogether, and not like one specific thing.
And Jose, what do you think? What do you could be the iteration for that application?
I think I have little knowledge of UX and UI, so I was mainly learning from Andrew and everyone else. But I think we put the time. We took like really small risk, you know, like we didn't know each other. Now that we know each other, probably we took like a bigger part of the redesign of the app. Maybe like Whitmire said, maybe we can do all the entire redesign of the app. But it's easy with the newspaper of, you know, like, oh, tomorrow, the news of tomorrow, something like that.
Sarthak, what do you think? What do you iterate? What you like to iterate?
I agree with Whitmire as well. Like the information architecture is like a bit shady, I'd say. So need to fix that.
Okay, and Andrew, what do you would like to iterate in your app?
Yeah, sure. So I think one thing that we did well, I think, is that we did have a good scope. Like we had, you know, we're just going to focus on the AR part. But yeah, I think there's so much more that we can explore and like improve and modernize it and just make it feel like we're up to date. And definitely make it simpler in a lot of ways. And I think cut out a lot of stuff. But I think, yeah, for sure, I think starting from scratch and just really kind of making something unique and kind of something fresh would be something I would definitely want to look at.
Okay. Liz has a question. Can this app work without Wi-Fi? Sometimes the Wi-Fi at the airport are not consistent and it is very slow, depending on the place you are. Yeah.
It's a very valid observation, and that is something we did not consider. So if this app really existed, I think, yeah, ideally it would work without Wi-Fi. Do I know the front end or back end of it? No.
No.
I mean,
Probably
I imagine it would still be able to work for Wi-Fi. I can't imagine the AR being more intensive than like a YouTube video. So I feel as long as you have a good enough 4G or 5G is coming out, so I feel like it'd probably be fine.
Yeah, but what about the international charges? That's what people are thinking about.
Yeah, no, that's the good part, because at the airport you need to rack up the money. We can have a partnership with the airports where like we give them some discount so we can make extra money on the app.
Yeah.
Have you heard?
Yeah, but maybe if you, like for our experience, for my experience in the last challenge, for me is the research. How you conduct, how you understand the users, how they need actually, because I can have my assumptions about what they should need, but they are going to give you the insights and the real answers about what you must to do, what you should do actually. So yeah. And Erin, you are the best one in the world about research. Please.
Right. So Erin, to talk on, Erin said, I think using your own experience is a good type of research. We are all people. Erin, I'll expand on that. That's basically what we did. Like for me, under normal circumstances, I travel quite a bit. This is actually the longest I've been in one place in over 10 years. And like, when I say one place, I say the longest I've been in one place for more than 2 months in over 10 years. And so I have my fair share of being at the airport or trying to look for, you know, a quick place. And I try to be very efficient when it comes to getting to the airport because I don't want to wait. So I get to the airport just with enough time to get to the gate. So that's what our research was really based off of when I was going over our lesson learned, that we really built it for ourselves, but we didn't get any external insight on if people even use it. Like maybe there is a reason why people don't use airport maps. I think it's because they all suck and not really usable, but people might not use it because airport signs in general are pretty intuitive. So maybe that's the reason too, because that's typically how I navigate.
Yeah.
Oh, if I may join the conversation, don't want to. Yeah.
Don't mind.
I really like your approach, and I feel everyone is actually a social scientist / researcher at heart, right? Like, but the thing is, we're always trying to solve problems according to our own understanding of everything. So, like, for example, you are a very different type of traveler from me. I often, when I travel, think about what's going to be the lowest cost from getting from A to wherever. And this often means I travel or have like long legs of flights and I'm abandoned in airports for hours and I'm like, ugh, gee, this is going to be lame. And like, rather than trying to figure out how to get to like the fastest, like what is the fastest way to get, what is the most efficient way to get to my gate? I need to think about like, how am I going to survive being trapped in an airport overnight for like 4.5 hours or something? Because I have had that. I've had layovers, like when I went to and from, I think, Kyoto once. I was in an airport for like 10 hours straight because I didn't want to spend too much on the flight. It wasn't my dime. And so, geez Louise, if I knew there were comfortable places to rest, a spa, what kind of, you know, it's like, that's why I totally think it's great to go from your gut first. And then from that, then just think about a little bit broader and, you know, in terms of your ideas about different types of travelers and what are the different needs of travelers that are going through airports and cost. And maybe there are, I don't know, does anyone, let's show of hands, does anyone in the group actually like being in airports? I've heard that's a thing. I don't know if that's actually true.
It
I love airports. I love it.
Right, but not be in the airport. That is count?
There's some airports that are really great,
but not
some that are really crappy.
I like Portland's because we're great.
Portland Airport is great. It's phenomenal. PDX,
Yeah.
Ideas
But
in a
not all
row.
airports are
Best
like
so
that,
far.
and it also depends because you probably use PDX Airport the most. You know it very, very well. It's also small
I don't live
and
in
very
Portland.
user-friendly, and it's designed on premises. So, like going from that model, it's like, well, how can I make the PDX Airport? How can I make every airport feel like the PDX Airport
Right.
for people that are visiting it for the first time? And that's what like technology and software can do for people to a new place, to a new product, to a new tool. It's just better understanding like, what are all the things I appreciate in PDX Airport that people might want to know about in other airports?
Right. Yeah, no,
So,
actually that's very true. I mean, like I think about I can think of all the airports that I've been through in and out, and I can tell you what I liked and what I didn't like about them, and they all have the kind of the same theme of like what is in this airport that is useful to me. Things that are really hard to find in my experience are things that are very niche. So like lockers, or like if you need to just leave your stuff there are plenty of times that I have had a really long layover, but I didn't want to stay in the airport for the next 5 hours. So I would need to look for lockers in order to leave because I didn't want to bring my stuff back. And that's kind of like where we wanted to go with the app in itself. Make it easier to just search if that airport had it. And you're gonna need to see if it has a location too. And that's really hard to find in general on an airport map on like any standard one. So I think it would have been very beneficial to us to do some sort of exploration on, like you said, different types of travelers. And that's just something that we didn't even think about. Like I said, we had really varying experiences. And so this was definitely a learning point for us and a lesson learned.
I think you guys did a great job, though. Seriously.
Thanks.
You made it. Thank you.
I would like to add something. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, it's an amazing idea. I really liked it. And actually, I'm recently taking, in this moment, I'm taking a course in the Interaction Design Foundation about designing for augmented reality and virtual reality. And something very, I put some files now in the chat, but it's something very interesting about designing, and particularly about designing for virtual reality and augmented reality. It's like the personas need to be considered not only about needs and the typical things we put for a website or an app. And in the persona, you have to consider what is the context of the people, like physical content. Because now it's not only you have to consider where they are standing, what they are carrying, because you are mixing what is happening around them with something, with the mobile, for example. So that's something you can add to the personas. And something about something very important is the emotion of the people, like what are the moods they are getting, because you are integrating something with their reality. So something you can add in the personas too is that, like, what are the moods you want to create in the user when they are using your app. So if you want to check those two files, I put it in the chat.
Yeah.
They give you a kind of an idea of what you wish to be looking for. It's a very interesting topic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Liz. Here we have questions. Andrew, have you heard of Anima app for prototyping? If so, is Prototype better?
I think from least I haven't tried it yet, but I have looked into it. I think it just depends on like what you're trying to accomplish for your project. If you're trying to have some really cool like interactions with like a lot of weird animation stuff, I think Prototype is really awesome for that. But it seems like Anima has a lot of like, actually maybe it would export as like HTML and CSS type stuff like that, and maybe add some animations in there. So yeah, I mean, I think that looks really promising as well. I'd have to dabble into it more. But so far, out of the ones I've tried, Prototype is my favorite.
Okay. Sabian asked, does Prototype export the code to hand off to developers?
Yeah, so they have, so Prototype is like really just heavily mostly on like micro transitions and animations. So most of the time, before you even send it to Prototype, you pretty much have finished everything within Figma or XD or Sketch. So the design is already finished, but you just bring it into the app to do the animations. So you can do the exporting in like traditional software like Figma and Sketch, XD, and then they have an animation handoff that you can do within Protopie, which is a new feature they added in the last update. So you can actually hand that off to programmers so they can figure out how to program it. So they do have some handoffs.
Thank you, Andrew.
Mm.
What segments of customers could be more interested in this product? Maybe tourism, tourist businesses, or foreign locals?
Yeah, I think it's anyone that goes through the airport. I mean, in this instance, it was specifically the Tegel airport, but yeah, I think it could be anyone who goes through it on a regular basis, businessmen or people like Aaron had said, have short layovers. They want to figure out what to do with that time. So I think it can range like a wide audience for this app.
Maybe 2 persona could be good. 2 at least for those kind of, or maybe 3 with a mom with kids in the same time to traveling. Yeah. I've spent a lot of time at all hours to lengths of time pacing through the Denver airport. That's Allison. Yeah. All New York City airports are grossly designed, but I love airports in general. Yes, like experience really good to know you are going to fly, but if it's about business, I don't like that.
I have a question.
Good.
So when I was in Japan, we got taken through an airport because we couldn't read anything, and they had somebody escort us through all of this like zigzag, like through the entire airport to get where we needed to be in time. Without that person, we wouldn't have never made it. I think with your app, if you added translations for signs and stuff,
language,
yeah, that'd be sweet.
You wouldn't need that person. You could just hit the ground running
Right.
and cruise.
That's very true.
But I think it's a great
insight.
I think it's a great idea, and I've actually had the idea in the job market. Can you imagine walking down the city and to be able to look up in VR and see jobs opening that you could apply for that you're walking by up in the building?
That'd be awesome.
You look up at Big Pink in downtown Portland and you're like, oh, WebEx is hiring. Oh, different companies are hiring. And then you could just apply to those jobs on the fly when you're going out for lunch. But anyways, great idea with AR and VR stuff. Good job.
Thank you.
Really good job. Guys, do you want to jump for just one question before? Do you have any question before to start the breakout rooms?
We have breakout rooms?
Yeah, we have breakout rooms. I repaired this Zoom. I had issues with my Zoom, so we have breakout rooms. Do you want?
Sure.
Awesome. Good luck. I'm going to start with, yeah.
So what is the idea of the breakout room? Just to
know each other.
Oh, okay.
Like I am Liz, like I live here. Yeah, like it created the network, Yeah, great. Thank you. I'm going to open all rooms. See you.